So this is my summer outing. I'm starting to create some more short YouTube videos of whatever is going on. Generally I post nowadays on like Instagram stories and such, so if you want to see up to date what I'm up to, if you're curious, then Instagram is the place to be. But now I'm gonna start recording everything in horizontal so I can compile YouTube videos. And from my previous videos you probably saw that I messed up my power station. However, my EcoFlow hasn't arrived yet, and it's gonna arrive next week. And Mark lended me his Bluetti 1500 watt hours, so I can go out this week for the next 6 days and actually explore places. We'll work remotely and so on with Starlink until next week my fin arrives, and then from that point I think I'll go to Chilco area or Chilcotin area for about 2 weeks after being in civilization for a few days, seeing girlfriend, this and that, and then take off. So let's go. And Mark saves the day. Thank you very much. He's like messaged me like, yeah, you can take mine. I'm like, cool. So this is EB55, yeah, older generation. Before that Bluetti AC200 series. So there is a little bit of limitations here, but overall it does the job. It's 1500 watts, 1500 watt hours.
So it's got a big battery, right? So
yeah.
A big battery, which I think is more important.
Well, thank you very much for providing me this week of remote work.
You're welcome.
And then once I get this EcoFlow, we'll get out again and we'll do Battle of the Titans here. Well, that is interesting. I started driving just now from that campground and I have this, so mountain spot. I gotta climb on my roof and get the inflator, but obviously I have some kind of a little hole somewhere overnight, whatever happened. So these tires, these Falcon tires, I had for about 2 years now, no problem. Now I gotta go to the city and fix it. Well, good thing I have pretty much all day. Yeah, so 15 psi overnight. It's gotta be that campground, whatever happened there. Maybe some little nail, metal piece. Damn it. So the idea is not to actually cruise, because I do have lots of personal projects I need to work on and so on. So I decided, because of weather, for the whole week it's supposed to be kind of bad, rainy stuff everywhere except Kelowna, Osoyoos area. I do have a couple of potential satellite image mark spots from research the past couple of years where I could park and deploy boat and my whole work remotely set up with tent. If that doesn't work out, there is a blue lake up on top of mountains here somewhere. I want to check it out, maybe even just stop there and deploy if it's good, but it's a tiny little lake. What's good about Osoyoos Lake is that it's supposed to be crayfish in there as well, and it's generally good for fishing. But right now on the way I have a marked spot from a couple of years ago. I've never been in here. I'm going up to Kubo Mountain. It should be pretty awesome view from that point, somewhere up top over there. The problem is I forgot the drone, because this trip was intended to be personal projects and work remotely for 6 days. I wasn't really planning on shooting a trip video, but this is what it is. Yeah, I've arrived at some spot which seems to be kind of elevated most area. I have no idea what that's supposed to be, but I'll use it to take a video. Yeah, very handy pillar here. Perfect. I think it's time to relax here and do some munches. So somewhere in Kerameos I stopped by to buy some pickled asparagus. Should be delicious, on the farm. And some beans. Munches time. Delicious. So I descended that Cabo Mountain and now I'm going to Blue Lake south of here before heading to Osoyoos. So there's this sign going up to Blue Lake. It says private property, so no camping, absolutely no fires and whatever. Okay, this is tiny lake for now. And then around the hill here is supposed to be the big one. There's definitely nothing blue about this lake. It's as algae green as it can be. So that's pretty much it. Very uneventful, very kind of disappointing blue lake here. Besides even no camping. Maybe there is fish here, but it's like super shallow, very algae. And now the road just goes up somewhere in the mountain. That's it. Like, okay, time to go to Osoyoos. Looks like something from Slab City in California when I went. If you go back to my Baja series, first one, at the end there I do stop by at Slab City. I figured I should stop at NK MIP. I didn't know it's a complete resort over here. Just gonna see if they have something like Moscato wine, anything closest to it. That's not maybe in regular liquor stores in BC. Maybe have a few sips, try a few things, but it was just on the way to my spot here as well. Alright, so no sweet wines here. The closest one was ice wine, and ice wines are very expensive always. I'm not buying that. But they did recommend a couple of wineries here that do make closest to Moscato, or possibly could be even Moscato wines. However, it's like 10 minutes away. It's not on my way, I'm not here for that. So maybe on the way out of this area later, or if I decide to relocate or something, I'll stop by those places, I mark them down. Well, I'm failing this so far. So I tried to approach this Osoyoos lake from one side, the spots I marked on satellite that looked good, and then it didn't work. From Ankemip, now from the other side, drove like 20 minutes, and I did say I'm entering native land, and then I carefully checked the map right now. It is all native land here, so camping is no go where I wanted. Now I need to look at the map. I need to go up north there. Apparently I didn't have iOverlander app installed on my phone, which apparently I didn't have installed on previous phone, because I haven't gone, I guess, in long journey in like States or Mexico. So somehow it got erased, and from old phone I transferred everything to this phone and it's not there. So I just downloaded iOverlander, and it's helpful. I'm kind of browsing some spots. Most of them are not really good. Yeah, so basically I'll need to go probably an hour drive up north to more northern lakes. Again, this area is so touristy, everything's paid campgrounds, which I could stay and pay money. I just don't want to pay money and ideally minimize amount of people around me. But on Overlander I did see Peachland Lake. So it's that time of overlanding. It's 6 o'clock and you're just kind of sitting there browsing the map. It's like, damn, where do I stay? And there's, yeah, like outside of touristy area, there's not a whole lot of kind of small lakes up in the mountains here anywhere. So I think I'll just need to go closer to Kelowna, south of it, and yeah, maybe that beach lake is my only solution. Seems big enough, good enough for boats, and clear space for Starlink to work remotely for the rest of the week. Peachland is free, and thank God there is actually camping spots here, but you probably can hear the music. I was surprised. I arrived here very cold. Right now it's windy, very cold, but there is a whole DJ thing happening here. So that's gonna be fun. Well, they'll probably leave tomorrow. It's some kind of birthday party. I asked the guy, like, can I park on the hill there? And yeah, no problem. So that's what I'm gonna do. Alright, so that's the path I'm gonna deploy here on. Right there. Let's check it out. Whew, it's gonna be a little chilly in here for sure on top. The wind is crazy. Okay, I see fishermen on boat. That's good. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's my place. Well, finally, wind is coming down. I've been here for about half an hour. It's just trying to deploy. Solar panels are down here, hooked up to a power station. Not gonna deploy tent yet. And beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sunset, clouds, amazing. So just gonna pop Starlink now on the roof. This should charge in the morning, all good. Again, it's 1500 watt hour power station show, so I don't care if it runs all night at this point, whatever. I have so much juice to power everything. Now it's a very windy morning, 10 o'clock. So the rain actually just started as I started shooting. I'll do the setup a little later once it's gone. Oh my god, there's like bits of snow going on here. No wonder it's freaking cold here. Okay, that is crazy. I don't know if you can see. Hopefully it gets better. Alright, let's update on solar. So I turned around while I was talking here and the whole thing was completely flipped from wind. So I just put it flat up. Not exactly facing sun directly. Now I did check it earlier. Keep in mind this is a much older unit. This is probably, I don't know, like 3 years old now, so MPPT controller here is not as optimal. I do notice that the only thing that's connected right now to this is Starlink. Look at this. It jumps all the way almost to 80 watts. This is the first time I've seen it like this. I didn't notice it before. Usually it's like 30 to 40 watts. Maybe it's because cloud coverage. I'm not sure what's going on. Rain, who knows. So, and those solar panels are 200 watts. And this is all I'm getting here. 47 watts. If I disconnect this, I had it working Starlink since last night till now, and this is 1500 amp hour battery. This is below half. I need to deploy my second solar panel, connect it into series because this only can take 10 amps. Put my EcoFlow will have two ports, 500 watt each, and I think amperage on each is up to something like 30 amps, 50 amps, or like big input. So that's the difference kind of between Bluetti and solar power, all powers. This is something like $300 Canadian after discounts. This is almost $600. 200 watt, 200 watt. This is monocrystalline, this is poly. They do about the same thing really in full sun. However, the benefit of well, more expensive stuff, longer wire, there is no labels at all on the outputs of what the solar panel is. That's, I'm looking at Amazon right now to make sure, whereas on Bluetti in here it all is written, so that's cool. Also, there is no real adjustability here. You can't, like, this is either flat or like this, whereas on Bluetti with these clip-ons, right, you can control the elevation. So connecting this in series, I actually just now found out interesting thing. So Bluetti maximum amps here is 9.8, however all powers is 11. So actually wow, this is better, right? More expensive, more optimized. And so, well, actually all powers worked, even being rated at 11, but maybe because there hasn't been too much sun today, right? So thank God. I have no idea if this thing would just stop if something happened, but because I'm gonna connect Bluetti in series with all powers. Bluetti has 9.8 amps, so this will automatically degrade all powers to also lowest 9.8 amps at maximum sun. So there you go, series connection done. One end connects to this panel, and then the other end connects to the power station and power station. So from all powers I was getting about 60 watts tops. It was generally 50 just now, and now I'm getting barely 100. That's from 400 watt setup. I don't really need the internet today. I already pre-downloaded a bunch of, if I need entertainment, bunch of YouTube videos and stuff like that. I have a bunch of Netflix pre-downloaded, like bunch of that stuff. So I'll shut it off right now, just let full charge as much as I can come in. Start deploying my tent, inflate boat. I'm definitely, yeah, it's not exactly nice in here right now, but I think it's pretty much everywhere right now. Okay, so a little sun change. I mean, it's still pretty cloudy, but I'm getting now 140 watts consistently, it seems. But man, that Starlink is eating up today. I'm not sure what's going on. Anyways, I'm gonna shut down the whole thing and let it just charge for like next 5 hours or something. So the tent is set up, all is good, all these pins. Winds here can get high, and I'm ready to work. Yeah, so the setup is fully deployed. Nothing's connected, just ready basically to start work day tomorrow. Finally, sun, just a little bit of clearing. Huge wind picked up. I'm getting right now 300, yeah, almost 400 watts, and that's still sun clouded just a little bit, so that's good. Just like 3 more hours of it, and the whole thing will be charged. Anyways, I will have power totally to work tomorrow and stuff like that. It's just when I go to sleep I need to shut down Starlink. You're stubborn, give me that. Come on. No, come on. No. Oh, I'm going for it again. It's tough boating. The wind here is crazy, so this is the boat ramp kind of thing. The guy told me across that space there's a good fishing spot. He did catch a bunch of rainbow trouts here, about wrist to elbow size, not huge but definitely legal and edible, and yeah, he had success. Of course, when wind comes down and so on, but I decided to, hey, I'll just do it. I do have anchor on currently. Well, yeah, this is not gonna be a very successful thing right now. I just keep being casted here towards the shore. Well, it seems like finally the anchor settled. Yeah, and it's deep. This place is deep for sure. Like, I'm not far away from shore, but already I pretty much used all my rope. But I guess I could just chill out here. I have some YouTube to watch with some that, because it's nice and wobbly in the boat. It's almost impossible to stay even anchored at this wind. I just keep getting blown off. And as I came back, this solar panel here was completely down. So the benefit of Bluetti is almost twice heavier than this panel. This panel I already saw twice being blown off today. This just stays. And what I want to show is basically on this side, one of my drawers basically now became the solar setup, wiring and connectors and blah blah blah, all that stuff. And this is another 30 feet two 30 feet extensions pretty much here. This is just power banks and whatever inverter Mark gave me. I don't need that. That's basically for AC. This is to charge from the car while driving, but I have one. And I do have this giant crab boil Louisiana spice for anything this summer and going forward. And actually I do have some shrimps right now, so I'm gonna cook that. Now I did shrimp boil. I do have capelin with caviar. It's been a couple of days now in the fridge. This is the kind of stuff that needs freezer. So I do want to cook tonight with, mix it with some vegetables. So there is a Japanese mayo here. Good thing it lasts in fridge a long time. Yeah, so a little bit of pesto sauce as well mixed. And in here, well, this is the primary thing. This is the crab boil for like a good 10 minutes of shrimp. Oh man, this stuff is delicious. And veggies, they did soak in that crab oil. Pretty tasty. Now down to these guys. So there's definitely something with the tire. I just measured. I'm getting now just around 30. So it went down about 7 psi since the whole driving yesterday, arriving here. So it's slowly deflating. I wouldn't attribute it to stones, I doubt it. I did park it that day quite awkwardly, so I was thinking, oh, maybe just on some side, because it was skewed, maybe like there's a little not even hole, but at the rim part some air is coming out. So even though I'm not getting solar, the Starlink stabilized now that actually the skies are not as dense. Right here and there, some clouds, this and that, pointing to this side. Now is my around expected. Oh, interesting. Now it's not using anything at all. Oh, there you go. Oh, a little something. There you go. So this is roughly where it's supposed to be most of the time. Close to 40 watts. So there you go. Any dense cloud, heavy rain, besides having reduced solar, you have almost double increase of Starlink trying to do its thing. So it's 9 AM now. As you can see, this is fully charged. It was 1 bar missing when I went not to bed, but disconnected for the night yesterday. So while I was still hanging out in the car, I actually woke up today quite early. It's like 7, so I've been just chilling, watching some pre-downloaded YouTubes. But this stuff here, it's been charging since I think I woke up at like 5 AM as well, and I saw in tiny little holes that I got here that there was already like sun going on, or some kind of sunrise. So that definitely helped. But the wind at this place is just relentless. So I'm doing speed test right now. As you saw, it was up to 200 megabits. Perfect. It's time to start working. So now laptop is also connected. Man, that's eating a lot. It should be around 40 plus 40. When laptop on eco mode connected, to stay at like 60%, it usually takes about 30 to 40 watts. So it should be about 80 watts, 40 from Starlink, 40 from laptop. It's eating a little bit more. Well, at least I'm still getting solar just a little over, so that's fine. But yeah, no matter how much you try to escape 9 to 5, even those YouTubers that say, I'm tired of 9 to 5, I'm just gonna explore and do stuff, well, they don't tell about shitting in their vans and, you know, basically needing to spend time somewhere parked, editing their videos, trying to make the best of it, going through all the logistical stuff, promoting their stuff, going to forums, putting their links, this and that, the back end of YouTube, and so on and on. Especially if you have big following, now you need to upkeep Patreons, now you need to upkeep posting a bunch of stuff everywhere, and then basically what I'm trying to say, can't escape the grind. Bills still need to be paid, and you know, one way or another, it's just trading one thing for another thing, but always gotta still go back to work, unfortunately. Yeah, this reality still needs to be maintained. Tuesday morning, I can't really see any sun. It's like somewhere there, so the blanket of clouds is pretty thick. Starlink's been off for the night, of course, and I ended up yesterday at this amount here, and right now there's no charge coming in. Like if I plug solar, there's absolutely nothing coming in. But then again, see, it's starting from 16 DC. My Blue Yeti will be 2 ports starting at 10 volts. So again, older generation, it's not picking up completely anything right now. And this at this rate is definitely not enough for me to work Starlink and stuff. So this is about 700 watts inside right now. It's something like 7:30 a.m. I still have an hour and a half to go before work. I'm actually gonna utilize Mark's what he gave me, his power bank, to charge from AC. His little 300 watt inverter plugged into my 12-volt outlet, and I'm gonna start the car and run for an hour. This will also help me to charge the car, because yeah, fridge has been working and everything, and these solar panels probably not doing anything right now. Let's actually check it out. And I don't know if you can see it, my top solar panels on the roof are actually pulling 1.2 amps right now. So they are getting the charge. But this thing isn't getting the charge. Still cold. I checked forecast, so today is still supposed to be very cold. Pretty much anywhere, Kelowna, right? The whole past 2 days apparently. Checking the whole Kokichala highway pass, it was forecasted to be wet snow, or potentially even snow. Some kind of low pressure came in several days ago, and that pretty much messed up the whole southern BC essentially. I don't recall this kind of cold middle of June ever. Like, my hands right now are freezing actually. It's probably like 5 Celsius. It's definitely below 10 Celsius right now in here, and I'm not even that elevated. So it's a freak kind of weather. It's kind of like one of those years also. I think like on 5th year when I came to Canada, we had and then Vancouver, as you know, it barely snows, but we had, well, like, maybe it snows twice a year and then disappears like after a day or two. But one April, for like 3 days, we had blizzard, and the whole city came to a halt. So that was kind of like so weird. I'm gonna post this whole thing on YouTube. I'm just gonna cut out some pieces, this and that, to try to trim it down. It's obviously not gonna be like 5-10 minute thing like I wanted some of the videos to be, but this summer and so on, I'm not gonna bother with too much edits. It's kind of like just put pieces together, not bother with some beauty stuff or color corrections or anything like that. Plus, that's the whole point why I want to use this phone more, because it does bring out shadows quite a bit, and in some ways it's better than my bigger camera as far as post-processing that needs to be done. I just let car run, but I did check Bluetti. It's pumping 20 watts right now. Ridiculous. So my roof solar, less solar, is pumping like quite a bit more right now. Yeah, so Starlink is charging from here. I just positioned here. Signal is perfect, 100 megabits, actually more than that, going into tent. This metal here, whatever, doesn't seem to block signal in this case. It's probably a little bit of opening between metals. And yeah, laptop and things. Well, it's not just laptop. I do have second monitor, portable. It could be plugged from laptop, or it could be plugged from to get power from AC outlet, and I do run it from AC, and it uses 10 watts instead of sucking all that energy from laptop. So solar right now coming in not good. It's lunch break, and I just shut down laptop, everything, since it's lunch break. Of course, it's Murphy law at play. Just as I was about to go to the boat, of course wind picks up and it's now again cold. Thank you very much, Mother Nature. I can't go fishing, it is raining. But what I can do after files are submitted, it's been actually a very productive day today. Yesterday was shit, just technical issues non-stop. Game engine issues, freaking work computer needed to be restarted like 5 times, having to call IT guy to come reboot it and stuff like that, because I'm VPNing into my work machine, right? This laptop setup that I have here, it doesn't have enough graphics card and processing power to do the 3D stuff, right? Because that's what I do, or run the game at the same time. Basically, like, sure, it's gaming laptop, but I mean, to do my work, you need a full-on professional 3D workstation, not even gaming one. Ta-da! Calm water, no rain. For how long? Who knows? Goodbye, Mr. Beast. I gotta attend to the middle of the lake here and meet some fish. Ah, so peaceful and chill. Definitely bites going on here. Well, not as much as the other lake, the other weekend. But I had a few good pulls, just nothing hooked up. The car is like way over there. Hello, Mr. Beast. Kind of like a nice little bay here. Yeah. Well, comrades, cheers. I have guests. 2 big loons came over. Hello. I'm just contemplating what should I have for dinner. I still have raviolis from a few days ago. I still have fish with caviar and veggies that I cooked. But then I went to the cab and picked a couple of these because I don't know, I feel like something spicy. Some Indian packets, right? You just throw it in a pot and just let it hit, and that's it. It's good to eat. Or some of these absolutely awesome Japanese noodles from the cab. Or do that and do some of this absolutely awesome Russian mashed potatoes from Russian store. Not like Canadian. This is actually delicious stuff. It's already been tested on a few campings, and when I come back to Vancouver I will buy lots of this for this season. Alright, it's Wednesday morning, so the weather is not that good, but it's not raining, and it's been kinda sunny okay right now. Not sunny, but thin layer of clouds. Checked solar, car solar pumping like 3.6 amps. Man, I need to get some converter here, because MPPT control is in amps. It kind of shows where I'm used to looking at it, and all these power stations always watt hours. But anyway, so Bluetti is getting 80 watts right now, not too bad. Hello sun, it's 5 amps pumping into MPPT controller on the roof. It's almost 300 watts pumping into this thing. And obviously, if it's gonna continue like this, then today I'm gonna have way more energy than I possibly ever need. That's the thing. This whole setup here, it's like under good conditions. Like if I were living in California right now, 700 watts for what I use and how much storage and so on, it's way too much. I don't need this much energy. But we're not in California, we're in Canada, and or northern states, whatever. There's some rain periods, there's, you know, weather changes. So this is for what if weather is pretty bad like it was past couple days, then even all this you kind of scramble. And this is what I call good working conditions. Windows open, we get some views. Of course, if I was parked on top of a little mountain somewhere, whew, the kind of views for work would be. Alright, back to grind. Nothing's biting today. Switched different lure type, just different color. I don't know, nothing. Like when I was at the car, I was seeing fish jump, all that good stuff, but no luck. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe indeed first time in like 3 years or so, or 4 now. Well, basically before COVID. Yeah, go to States, go to Oregon, hang out on beaches, or even interior Oregon, somewhere in there, somewhere down south, a little bit more warm than here, more stable weather, and yeah, just hang out there. maybe Oregon coast. I miss that. It's been a while. It's been like 3 years, so it's a long drive. It's a little bit more than to here Kelowna area. So I don't know, just for a week and then deploy. Because again, if I deploy for work, I can't really be mobile. It's a chore to pick up all this stuff all the time and deploy. It's work. So like arriving somewhere, that would kill half of the evening essentially. Just deploying stuff. It's like ugh. Yeah, maybe leave for 2 weeks. I don't know. Well, it's a little tough. I gotta coordinate with girlfriend. Kind of want to take her out this summer, but she's been busy and kid and so on. It's, you know, she's a busy girl with work. So, and plus she's not exactly the camper. So need some convincing. Anyways, timing doesn't work out. But she's cool with me doing my own thing. Obviously she knows I need to do my own thing. That's a formula for success in life. Women shouldn't have strong grip on guys. That's just either guys are gonna feel miserable after like 10 years, or it's just not gonna work. Well, either they bend and feel miserable actually for the rest of their lives, or they just take off eventually, because it's like, nope, I got no freedom here, time to go. Well, unless you're all in an older age, then now you have fear. What if I don't find someone? Blah blah blah, all these mental things people go through. So they stick around in an environment that doesn't satisfy them and kind of cope with that, and then at the end of their life they're regretting a bunch of things and decision, blah blah blah, blah, all that stuff. Anyways, she's cool with me doing stuff, that's all I'm saying. So while I'm not at my place, I have a guest. Oh yeah. Yeah, you're looking at me, huh? Hello. Don't pee on my solar panels. Huh? The guest is here where I need to park the boat. Beautiful, beautiful morning. Ah, I wish the whole week here would have been like that. But no. So yeah, I will be leaving tonight to go back to town. People keep telling me like, oh, you should get a van, or or at least like a four-wheel camper, right? The pop-up. The problem is I've been into those pop-ups before, well, on trips, looking at people's setups, and also potentially in the first year I was contemplating on potentially buying, although they're not cheap exactly, right? And they don't depreciate in price after years of use. So I've been to those. They got like no storage space at all, because the way they fold their shelves, kind of like on the side walls, they're like tiny. It's basically kind of like my shelf on the side inside, and because they have all these furnaces, all these things. The compartments for storage inside the camper itself are like tiny things. You can't store any kind of bulky stuff. The roof, you can't load much stuff on it. It has to be absolutely light. They're not rated for the stuff I carry on the roof. Well, doesn't seem like much, but it adds up, right? It's the dynamic weight. So my roof rack supports tons of dynamic weight because that roof rack is actually not sitting on the roof, right? It's drilled through canopy and sitting actually on truck bed, sandwiched in. And then I also have a whole floor underneath me, right? That's a tons of storage space as well. The shelves I have on ceiling, and just storage everywhere. With pop-up camper, it's like nothing. I mean, because I do want to, when I'm tripping and going places, not have to think, oh, should I pack this, should I pack that. It's like anything I need, almost like multi-seasonal, is always with me. There's been many situations where it's like, while I'm not planning on I don't know, let's say do some climbing or whatever, all of a sudden you arrive at some place and you have license, and it's like, oh, it's good for climbing. Well, I have clam gun, I have, you know, those things, let's say, on the roof as well. Yeah, just extra butane tank, all that stuff, like on storage on the roof. Yeah, it's nice. Van, sure, but again, no ideal setup. If you get a big van, well, their clearance sucks, they're longer. That would limit the amount of places to go. Like most of the places to go, you can reach with normal car, even like normal truck kind of thing for the most part. But the more you add length to wheelbase, the harder even the simplest things become. Especially with a van that whole back hanging so far away from wheel. Any tiny little hill and stuff, you can't go with that thing. And they can support big tires, and like maybe 2-inch lift kind of thing. Put in something like 4-inch lift on I think one brand makes them for like sprinters or something, but put in 4-inch lift on the van. Oh man, that geometry is screwed up. Here I have so much space to work, to do stuff, whatever, and it's not cluttering my space inside where I do stuff and whatnot. I just hang out, right? So that becomes kind of like, this is my little whatever home, this is my little office thing, and they're separated. Yes, this needs backup, all that stuff. But even just without it, normal things, I still, before taking off places, I have to harness things a certain way, put little things in their right places, right? So when you're driving, or especially on bumps, things don't fly around and don't get ruined. Well, it's the same concept with four-wheel campers, vans, and so on. Because if you're actually going like deployed somewhere and treating it as your little home base for a few days, it means all those little things you're taking out from all your little compartments where you have it locked for when you're tripping. And so all that stuff needs to be put back. It used to be more simple when I had less stuff with me, even before laptop and keyboard. I would still have to, before taking off, you know, pack little things, tuck things in, put stuff, like, you know, it still took like 15 minutes just to get ready to go. Now it's obviously much more time, especially if I have boat out, although boat is situational, but if you're deploying somewhere for a while and it's a lake or whatever, of course you want it out. So, and it's the same thing you will have to be doing in a van or four-wheel camper. Oh yeah, so this is the fan that I got the other week. It's got LED built in. It's perfect, and you can extend it to be high and so on, and fold. It's oh, it's refreshing right now.